I hereby call to order the Board of Zoning and Building Appeals. Will we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. Will the clerk please take roll?
Members of the board, Kane is excused. Grotman,
Here.
Weaver,
Here.
Toth,
Here.
Masterson.
Here.
Members of the administration, council liaison Winkle,
Here.
chief building official Fursden, assistant law director Morgan.
Okay. Has everybody had a chance to look at the meeting minutes from last meeting? Are there any comments, questions, concerns? I make a motion to accept as submitted.
Second.
Do we have a planning commission report?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. The North Ridgeville Planning Commission took action on the following items at their regular meeting of June 10th, 2025. Under old business, the master tree plan, PC action approved by a vote 4-0. Under new business, PPZ 2025-034, Harvest Ridge Church, 35544 and 35600 Lorraine Road, PPN 07-00-024-101-101 through 109. Owner Michael Moyes, Dobie Pallets, 35544 Lorraine Road, North Ridgeville, Ohio, 44039. Proposal consists of rezoning parcel number 0700-024-101-101 located at 35544 Lorraine Road that is currently zoned I-2 Light Industrial District, and the eastern portion of parcel 07-000-024-101-109 located at 35600 Lorraine Road that is currently zoned I-2 Industrial District to be rezoned to R1 Residence District. PC action approved by a vote of 4-0. The second item was PPZ 2025-0357 North Ridgeville High School, Phase 2, 34610 Bainbridge Road, PPN 07-000-016-104-233. Applicant Claire Bank, Then Design Architecture, 4230 River Street, Willoughby, Ohio, 44094. Owner North Ridgeville City Schools, 34260 Bainbridge Road, North Ridgeville, Ohio, 44039. Proposal consists of constructing a new high school and demolition of old high school. Property is zoned R1 Residence District. PC action approved by a vote of 4-0 with the following conditions. 1. Define bike parking and crosswalks on site plan. 2. Lighting plan will be administratively reviewed for zoning compliance. 3. Update the landscaping plan to ensure a dense buffer along Pitts Boulevard properties in consultation with the city arborist. And 4. Provide a 4-foot wide end cap for each row of parking spaces in all parking lots. This concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Are there any other reports or correspondence?
Not at this time.
Okay, then let's move to the public hearings.
PPZ 2025-0344 Javier Feliciano, 5884 Rosebell Avenue, PPN 07-000-020-108-019. Proposal consists of a detached garage property zoned RS2 General Residence District. Requests a 1-foot variance for side setback of a detached private garage north. Applicant shows 4 feet, code requires 5 feet, section 1294.03A. And second, a 44 square foot variance for area of detached private garage. Applicant shows 720 square feet, code allows 676 square feet, section 1294.03D1. Note, garage also exceeds 26 feet in width.
Mr. Feliciano, would you like to come up to the board? And I'll swear you in. Well, I'm sorry, will you state your name and address?
Javier Feliciano. I live on 5884 Roosevelt Avenue, North Ridgeville, Ohio.
Okay, do you swear or affirm that the statements you're about to make before the Zoning and Building Board of Appeals for the City of North Ridgeville are true as you shall answer unto God or under the penalties of the law of
Yes, I
perjury? I do. Okay. Mr. Fursden, will you please present the case?
As the application states, the garage is 4 foot off the side property line, requiring a 1 foot side yard variance. The ordinance allows 676 square feet. The applicant is proposing 720 square feet, requiring a 44 square foot variance.
Okay. Please present your case once again, sir.
How you doing, by the way?
I'm fine, sir.
I am requesting a setback of 1 foot of the side property line for the new garage, and I'm looking to get a 44-foot variance for the carport.
Okay. So what's your practical difficulty, sir? You've been here quite a few times, so what is the difficulty?
Yes, I am trying to keep the new existing garage and trying to make it not a 4-car garage, trying to make it just a 2-car garage with just a carport, so we can eliminate all the square footage that it was too much from the beginning.
That's it? You were going to bring an attorney with you last time?
Yeah, unfortunately, there was a lot of misunderstanding. I don't know if she knew about the case or she knew how to work with the case, where she just kind of just backed off of it. So, and my
So-
new lawyer doesn't do this type of stuff, so I'm back to myself.
Okay, so once again, to be clear, you built the building without a permit. Your practical the reason why you keep coming up here is because you built a building without permits,
Yes, ma'am.
and your builder has absconded with your money, and so your difficulty is that,
Okay.
okay, so you're asking for a 10 by 24 carport. Mr. Fursden, is a carport allowed under the building code? Thank you.
Under the zoning code, it's considered part of it's defined as also a garage. So it's
Okay.
part of the garage.
So is
So
it,
his total garage is 720 square feet is what he's proposing. 676 is what the ordinance allows for this property, requiring the 44 square foot area variance.
so carport is just,
It's still considered
it's-
part of a garage, yes.
so it doesn't require, a carport is just another term, so it doesn't mean that it has sides or anything, it's just another term for a carport doesn't have to be, okay. But, once again, your difficulty is you built a building without permits.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And according to the first time that you came to us, the reason why you built this building is you just didn't want your trucks outside in the wintertime.
Correct.
So, what are you gonna be using this carport for?
The carport is, I'm just gonna use it for my kids, so
For
they,
the kids?
yeah, so they can have something to play area.
A
To
play area?
Yeah. I'm gonna actually put like a little picnic table there, so they can play.
But
At,
if you
at this
put-
time, I
But
reckon.
if you put a porch off the house, would he need a variance for a porch off the house, Mr. Fursden?
Would depend on the size of the porch and the location.
Okay. So that's, you have other ways that you could get to what you need to be. I guess I always go back to the practical difficulties is you created your own problem. And it seems to me you haven't wanted to really work with the city in regards to, you just keep presenting your case. And the only thing is your difficulty is that you keep presenting to us is that you built it, you didn't do it with permits, and your difficulty is that you don't understand what it is. So what we look at is practical difficulty. First one is, can there be any beneficial use without the variance? And of course, you can use the property. Is the variance substantial? And will the essential character of the neighborhood be altered? Is there anybody on the board that has any questions?
Through the chair.
Yes, Mr. Toth?
Madam Law Director, typically when we're hearing testimony regarding a variance, it's for a structure that does not exist. So my question would be, is there a legal vehicle that we can attach this variance to that particular building, allowing it to sunset when that building collapses, comes down, whatever, but it is not able to be reproduced as it stands today? Are we able to sunset this
Well,
somehow?
if you wanted to approve this only for this building and this structure, and that it would not be, if he needed to, he would not be able to add to it, I think that'd be very reasonable.
Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I think I have learned my lesson. I don't want to go through this again. Never.
Anybody else have any comments?
If I may, how is this, you've been before us, what, 4 times now?
I think so, yes.
Is this significant, I can't remember, is this significantly different than the last time you were here?
Yes, this is because,
Mr.
Okay,
First,
all
what's
right.
the reduction?
I believe the first variance request was like 300 square feet. Now he's down to 44 square feet.
What is the percentage of the variance that he's requesting, sir? Could you figure that out for me?
It's like less than 10% of the allowable area.
It's a-
Madam Chair, the planning director in her notes indicated in July of 2024, there were 2 variances. One of them wanted to add an additional 356 square feet, and there was setback and area variances that were denied. In December, there was a request for looks like a 308 square feet denied. And then in February, and this is highly irregular, by the way, 284 square feet. So he's down to 44 square feet. It is significantly different.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair,
Mr. Winkle?
I guess what I answer your question, I believe it's 6.5% for the square footage difference.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I said less than 10.
Mr. First, did you want to add anything? Okay.
We're both right.
Mr. Firston, do you agree with Mr. Winkle? Okay. Okay. Mr. Feliciano?
I'm very scared of you, you know that?
Mr. Feliciano, I'm not very pleased with how you've presented yourself to this board. I am not very pleased with you, how you've conducted yourself with our city officials. I have dealt with Mr. Fursden for a number of years. I know his character. I know what kind of a person he is. I know him to be honest and fair. How you've treated him and our law department is not fair. How you've treated me is not fair. That being said, we will take these into 2 separate variances. For the first variance, oh, excuse me. Is there anybody in the audience that want to speak on behalf of this matter? I will make a motion to approve as, for the 1 foot variance for a side setback, I will make a motion to approve as submitted.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
on that motion, could we add that that is for this particular structure? We will give the 1 foot variance for this particular structure.
I would have to withdraw my, I can't make can I make an amendment? I can? Okay, for this particular structure, and if any other structure is built, it goes away with that. And I'm going to make that conditional for both variances.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you for reminding me. Will the clerk please take roll?
Grotman,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Toth,
Yes.
Masterson.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
For the second variance, the 44 square foot variance. Same condition, that when the structure comes down, this variance goes away. I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Grotman,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Toth,
Yes.
Masterson.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you so much.
You can get your permit next week with the building department.
What was that?
You can get your permit next week with the building department.
Thank you so much. Thank
Have a
you.
good and safe day.
You too.
Sorry, that's me talking out loud.
Will the clerk please read the next applicant?
PPZ 2025-0358, Richard Pochner, 9095 Nash Lane, PPN 07-00-036-000-558. Proposal consists of constructing a fence on a corner lot. Property is zoned R1 Residence District, Chapter 1282. Requests: 1, a 2-foot height and 100% opacity variance for a fence in the front yard on a corner lot. Applicant shows a 6-foot high privacy fence. Code allows a fence no greater than 4 feet high and 50% open in the front yard. Section 1294.01 H2A. See also Chapter 1282. Note, fence extends approximately 20 feet beyond the front building line.
Whoever wants to speak on behalf of this matter, please come to the podium so I can swear you in. Will you please state your name and address?
Richard Paulkner, 9095 Nash Lane.
Okay, will you please raise your hand? Do you swear or affirm that the statements you're about to make before the Zoning and Building Board of Appeals for the City of North Ridgeville are true as you shall answer unto God or under the penalties of the law of perjury?
I do.
Okay. Will the staff please read the application, sir?
The applicant's requesting a 6-foot high fence. Ordinance requires 4 foot in the front yard. It's, I believe, a corner lot, which by ordinance has a double front yard. It's a privacy fence, so it's 100% closed. The ordinance says it's supposed to be 50% open. So they would need a variance for the openness requirement, and they need a 2-foot height variance.
All right, hi. Fence is built, isn't it?
Madam Chair?
Yes, ma'am.
Could I make a notation of part of the planning director's notes?
Sure.
And I know you have the full set in front of you, I just wanted to note that she indicated that when this permit for the fence was originally issued, it said, in quotes, "approved as noted," which was meant to indicate that it didn't meet the zoning code, but it was installed as the submittal was submitted. And she notes later on in her notes that there are many corner lots in the city. It's not an unusual configuration, and her last sentence is, however, the method of permit approval, that wording "approved" as noted on the permit that they got, added some confusion to the situation, and this is a minimal impact on surrounding properties.
Mr. Ferguson?
A lot of times when the building inspector reviews this and issues the approval and the permit, the applicant is made aware that the fence is supposed to be 4 foot high, 50% open, or get a variance. They don't always understand the terminology or requirement for that, and I believe that's the case here. So once we discovered that the fence was put up at 6 foot without a variance, we informed the property owner he needed to get a variance for that. And as Director Lieber said, we see a lot of these corner lot requests over the years come to the board to get approval.
Is the building department approving the fence, or is it engineering that's doing this now?
It's the building department.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. So that's the reason why the fence is already up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Misunderstanding and confusion during the process. I tried to do everything according to what the website said, and then during, that back and forth, it was a misunderstanding while building it. I did the paperwork properly, did the holes, had the inspectors come out. We assumed different parts of the fence were what was required for the 4 foot, such
No.
as the gates and a few other things. So what my hardship here today is just a misunderstanding of that and the utilization of my property. As you can see, my side lot, which is classified as my front yard, is a very above
No.
average.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
because just like Assistant Law Director Morgan and Mr. Furston
Yeah,
said, the thing is
it's already there.
and I've been on this board for over 20 years. This is this is the reason why our board is here, because the funny thing is that when I was out with, I'm sorry, Mr. Furston? Oh, okay. When I was out with Madden and my little dog Isabel, it was great because the one thing that we always look for is there a visual obstruction? And there wasn't any.
Yes, ma'am.
None at all. So, does any board members have any comments, concerns, or questions in regards to this matter?
Through the chair.
Yes.
I also took a look at the property, and I see no visual impact, and it does not affect any of your neighbors. I would be inclined to approve this variance. Thank you.
Does anybody from the city have any other questions? Anybody in the audience? Okay. The board will make a motion to appeal, or approve.
Second.
Okay. Will the clerk please take roll?
Grotman,
Yes.
Weaver,
No.
Toth,
Yes.
Masterson.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-1.
You can pick up your permit on next week.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
No, they already paid for
Then you're fine.
Yeah, it was already done.
Yeah, it's
final sign off.
the final sign off. Okay. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Have a good and safe day. Will the clerk please read the next case?
PPZ 2025-0359, Louis and Raquel Lanos, 36588 Barkhurst Mill Drive, PPN 07-000-031-000-185. Applicant Rice Tassone, renovations by Rice, 49812 Greystone Drive, Amherst, Ohio, 44001. Proposal consists of a home addition. Property is zoned R1 Residence District, Chapter 1282. Request an 8.35-foot variance for setback of a cluster dwelling unit from common open space. Applicant shows building setback 6.65 feet from property line, adjacent to common space. Code requires 15 feet. Section 1282.11B2.
Anybody, would you like to state your name and address so I can swear you in?
Sure. Hi, I'm Raquel Chirbianos. I am at 36588 Parkhurst Mill, North Ridgeville.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm that the statements you're about to make before the Zoning and Building Board of Appeals for the City of North Ridgeville are true as you shall answer unto God or under the penalties of the law of perjury?
I do.
Okay. Who's going to speak on behalf of the permit? Mr. Ferguson or?
Again, the applicant is requesting to put an addition on the property for family reasons. And the ordinance requires in this particular ordinance that it be 15 foot off the rear property line, which is a common area, by the way, and nothing can be built behind them. And they wish to extend the addition out to 6.65 feet, requiring a variance, or I'm sorry, get my numbers straight. They're gonna have a setback of 6.65 feet. They need an 8.35 foot variance. But again, it's open space behind there. Nothing can be built behind this house, according to ordinance.
Tony? So, me, Isabel, and Madden came out to see you the other day. They didn't want to get out of the car. It was too hot. So I did walk the property, and Mr. Ferguson is quite correct, as usual. There's a very large common area behind your house.
Yes.
That goes
For
all the way to Mills, right?
Yes.
There's nothing that can be built behind her
No.
at all.
It's part of the required open space of the subdivision.
And then even as the way that your property sits, it sits caddy.
the common space sits adjacent to, I think, all the electric power lines that
Yeah,
are owned by
so
the electric
there's
company.
like a
So it's
huge-
like 6 acres
Yeah,
before
there's
you
like
get to
a
Mills.
lot of property behind.
It's all unbuilt. Everything that's common space as well as the adjacent
There's a
part
lot of
can never
property back
be
there.
built on. We've
Okay.
tried to actually acquire the electrical area and they won't let us, 'cause so it would be nice
So-
to, not us, but their community, excuse me.
Okay, so you were explaining to me the practical difficulties of caring for an elderly relative, which is a very
Yes. Yeah.
understandable. And you didn't have any other places to put this elderly relative, so.
Correct, yes, my 89-year-old grandmother.
And you said you worked with the building department and you
Yes,
worked with Mr.
yes.
Fursden as well as the contractor, and this was
Yes,
the only place to locate this addition.
correct. I would just like to share that I'm a second, I was born and raised here in North Ridgeville, on Ridge Plaza. And I have had the pleasure of working with Mr. Ferguson. While he probably doesn't remember me, I remember him as a young child when my family had their own building projects that were all within variance. But it's been a pleasure working with them and meeting you and working with the city. I feel like everybody has been very understanding as well as flexible and just helping us understand options we may or may not have and how to move forward with those as we are here today. And yes, there's no other place based on several reasons I could explain in the property that we could put this structure. So I'd be more than happy to allude to those, but if not needed, it's fine as well.
Anybody have any comments, questions? Do you want to hear what she has to say?
Yes.
Sure. Tell us what
Okay.
you have to say.
If you don't, well, do you mind putting the other picture of the back? Do you have the picture of the back of the house?
I think that's all I have.
Oh, okay. So this one's fine. So I have one from your website that, yes, that picture. So if you notice on the back of the house, the northwest corner is where we are, no, sorry, the northeast corner is where we're requesting the build to be, which would, you know, we have an HOA in our development, and it requires similar construction and a style that is similar or complementary to the original style of the home. Constructing the addition on that corner of the lot would allow us to simply extend the existing and original roof height and pitch, so we would not be, you know, changing the elevation whatsoever. We would not be changing the roof height. We would not be interfering with our own windows. There was a note on this application that it mentioned that we might be visually impairing our east side neighbor. I just wanted to note that our east side neighbor does have a 3-foot porch, the entire back of their yard. So when they step foot in their backyard, they're already 3 feet off the ground. And so it's the most minimal impact area of the yard. If you look on the northwest corner, which would be, to the left, there is no practical roof line tie-in at one story. If we were to put the extension on that end of that side of the property, we would also not be able to match similar construction to the original. It would require, our contractor said it would require to erect a 1.5 to 2 story height addition to, I don't know all the technical construction terms, but in order to make the tie-in of the pitch, if you can see in that picture, the pitch of the morning room, this would have to exceed that one for drainage and tie-in properly. If we were to do it on the northwest corner, the new roof line would interfere with the second floor windows, which would also impact the HOA guidelines and rules and regulations of similar construction. And we would also be on the northwest corner, we would be closer to the west neighbor and would most likely high probability of sightline impairments to that neighbor if we were on the northwest corner of our property. So again, we are requesting the northeast corner and see no impairment made to any community neighbor or the environment.
Okay, thank you very much. Does any board member have any other comments, questions, or concerns? Okay. Board will entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we allow the variance.
I'll second.
Grotman,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Toth,
No.
Masterson.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-1.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Is there any other business in front of the board? Hearing none, I adjourn this meeting.